Hey guys, Monochrome here. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. Genuinely good to have you. Now, just over 2 years ago, I made a video regarding the Mora companion knife. And I still stand behind everything I said in that video. Basically, that you should have another fixed blade knife in your get home bag, in your bug out bag, other than your main large do everything knife. And of course, that other fixed blade knife is called a companion knife. And I talked about the Mora companion, and yeah, it is still an absolutely excellent companion knife. However, I get it. A lot of people are going to be like, I don't know, for something as important as an emergency big enough that I'm going to be grabbing my get home bag or my bug out bag and trying to get as far away as I can from where I'm currently at, I would really prefer using a tough as nails full tang knife. Okay, fair enough. I understand completely. Well, here's a really good example of something like that. What you're looking at here is the Condor tool and knife Lifeland Hunter model. This one is a later version of that particular model, and the blade is 440C with a genuine leather sheath and walnut wood handles. Now for the rest of the specs, when the video is over, as usual, please check the description box below. Now I think that this particular model, if you're looking for a full tang companion knife, is really rather underrated. Let's give you guys a closer look at it. And as you can see, this is a thick, very high quality leather sheath. And as you can see, the stitching is reinforced. Now, unfortunately, that's something you're not going to find with a lot of companies nowadays that offer a leather sheath as standard. And just to be clear, this is the standard sheath that comes with this model. This is not something optional that you have to order from Condor if you want something a lot better. No, this is the standard leather sheath, and quite frankly, it is beautiful. It is gorgeous. The stitching is reinforced, as you can see. And honestly, I have seen custom-made sheaths that weren't even this good. So, yeah, right off the bat, an excellent, thick, leather, beautiful, reinforced sheath. Let's take a closer look at the knife. All right. Condor 440 stainless steel. There's your full tang construction. As you can see, full tang. Now, this portion here and here is bead blasted, and very same thing on the other side. Here and here, bead blasted. The entire spine is not bead blasted. There's no jimping anywhere on here, and it comes down to a very acute point, as you can see. So the bead blasting is only on, a very small portion of the blade, and you do get a 90-degree spine. So that's definitely excellent for striking a ferro rod. There's the grind. Now, I do need to point out that even though marketing from every single company that uses stainless steel says stainless steel, not entirely. See that line right down there? Yeah. That little line there just above the cutting edge? Yeah, that's ever so slight, tiniest bit of surface corrosion. Yep. Thankfully, though, that is easy to take out. What you're seeing just above the cutting edge on this side of the blade, that's not a scratch. That's rust in the form of a broken up line. Thankfully, they do make rust erasers. You can find those online for a couple of bucks, couple of quick swipes. That'll take that right out. I'm a little surprised it developed rust right there. Thankfully, just surface rust, so that's an extremely minor thing. Don't worry about it. It happens to stainless steel blades sometimes. So, not a big deal. As you can see, the handles are riveted and glued into place, with glue coming out of the handles. However, these are not sticky at all. That is dry glue, but it's not sticky, not at all. And that's the thing with Condor tool and knife. They have come a long way. I mean, just a few years ago, you'd buy Condor if you needed something cheap and you weren't too picky about quality, considering the price. That's very different nowadays. Condor has improved quite a bit in the last several years. They've come quite a long way. Just to mention, none of these rivets are raised above the handle. These clearly have been ground down to be flush with the handle. None of them are raised above these walnut wood handles. And the thing about walnut, absolutely excellent, stable, durable wood for knife handles. I mean, yeah, when they're this, well, it's been my experience that this is pretty much the default color of walnut wood. It's not the prettiest. I mean, this clearly isn't Cocobolo. Walnut, not the prettiest at all, but absolutely excellent, stable, durable material for making knife handles, especially if you accidentally drop your knife. Over here, we have a somewhat large lanyard hole. This area here is just a little rough, but when you hold the knife in hand, you don't feel that at all. Single integrated lower guard here. And the older version had a bit of a choil. This one does not, but it is better made. I mean, Condor knives made today are definitely better made than they were just a few years ago. And again, nice needle-like tip. Yep, clip point blade shape. Now, you're not going to find too many reviews on YouTube about this knife, and I think I know why. First of all, once again, the most beautiful thing about this knife is the sheath. Second of all, although this is a really good full tang companion knife, there's really nothing truly interesting or innovative about it when it comes to companion knives, because they're not your primary knife and you expect them to be a bit smaller and definitely shorter in length. It's a good idea to go with stainless steel, because the shorter, smaller knife overall will allow you to take advantage of stainless steel's benefits. If you're looking for a large knife that you can use as a chopper, as a do-everything sort of knife, you're really better off with a properly heat-treated 1095 or 1085 carbon steel blade, or various other carbon steels. Yes, there is the rust issue, but again, with larger knives, you're really better off with carbon steel. For something smaller, like a companion knife, stainless steel, definitely. This is a knife that you could use for food prep. This is a knife that you could use for building a fire. This is a knife that you could use for all sorts of mundane chores. If it's late at night, you've stopped, you need a rest, you need to do a few cutting chores before continuing on, either trying to get home or bugging out to your pre-selected location. I mean, as a companion knife, the Mora has a lot to recommend, but it is not full tang. And this Lifeland Hunter, as you can see, definitely is. It's a simple design that just gets the job done. No fuss, no muss, nothing exciting, nothing thrilling about it at all. Just a simple clip point knife that will absolutely tackle whatever chores that you would realistically expect a companion knife to be able to tackle. So yeah, unfortunately, when you're a simple, basic, well-made knife, and this particular Condor, like a lot of them, was designed by Joe Flowers. So that's another plus right there for those of you who know who he is. All right, guys, that's it for today. Like I said, not much to talk about with this knife. It's not exciting, it's not thrilling, it just quietly gets the job done. That could explain why you're not going to find a lot of reviews for this knife on YouTube. But I hope you guys enjoyed this one, okay? I'll see you next time. Guys, please continue to stay safe out there, okay? Have a good one.